Right. Yep. Here we go. Right. Kia again, everyone. I'm Mary Joseph. I'm a licensed immigration advisor. We are HIV Services. We are an education and migration services company based out of Hamilton. We're a New Zealand based and owned company. We've been in this industry for 15 years now, and 15 years and over, in fact. And we have some amazing stories to tell. We have some amazing testimonials of our clients who have been with us. We have people who are already citizens here in the country because they've come way back in 2004, 2005. So we've got some amazing stories to share with you, and not just stories. I mean, they're all examples of how New Zealand can embrace you. Not just study, but we also have this amazing pathway to study, work, and settle in New Zealand. So I, as a licensed immigration advisor, come live, and my colleagues as well, who are also licensed immigration advisors, come live every week so that we present an opportunity for all those all HIV students who are already working with us, to basically ask questions directly from a licensed immigration advisor, or just people who are just looking at this broadcast for the first time. It is an opportunity for you to ask questions and explore the country through us. So, why should you talk to us? Why should you talk to a licensed immigration advisor? Is purely because you get information which is proper immigration advice. Okay, it is not something that we have come across people hearing all sorts of promises from agencies who claim to know how New Zealand is and what kind of opportunities New Zealand as a country offers. However, we're very, very straightforward. We call ourselves friendly and frank licensed immigration advisors is purely because we are. If you're not eligible, we will tell you. If you are, we will tell you which pathway. Just because we will make an X amount of money or make more money sending you to a certain pathway, we will not send you there. As advisors we look at a complete picture as to what you qualify for and what will be best suited for you and your family and your situation and whatever outcome you're looking at. So that's number one. Besides that, it is important that you seek immigration advice only from a licensed immigration advisor. That's the law. Immigration New Zealand has set a rule that you must, all advisors who are provide immigration advice must have a license. So we have basically studied immigration law. We do a program over a year to get our license, and I'm currently doing the last 4 papers of my course. I've done my provisional license. I've got my provisional license and stuff like that. So there's a huge lot of process. And besides that, we're based here in New Zealand. Okay, so we cannot cook up stories like a lot of people who do it over, sitting abroad, is because they cannot experience New Zealand firsthand. However, we're here, we've experienced the country firsthand, and also we'll connect you to others who are students and young migrants like yourselves who can give you the feedback about the country, right? So that's why you need to work with us. And before we go ahead, I was just doing this thing, waiting for people to join in. I don't see many have come in, but while we wait for them, we will just talk a bit. So before I go ahead and provide immigration advice, that's my license. You can go up on the Immigration Advisors Authority website, which is called ia.govt.nz, which will give you the license of all the details of all the license holders in our company, and that's how it is. Right. Before we go ahead, let me not forget. I know it's a holiday in India. I'm sure most of the people watching this broadcast are based in India. So happy Lori. I think it was yesterday. Happy Sankranti. That is a South Indian kite festival, which is also basically a harvest festival in the regions of Andhra and Telangana. That's where I'm from Telangana. And happy Sankranti, all those people who have amazing memories of flying kites. I have a few. I don't fly kites myself, but yeah. And happy Pongal. I know it's New Year's, Tamil New Year's as well. I'm a Tamilian myself. Um, but we don't celebrate Pongal. But I am aware that it's a very auspicious day. So, on this auspicious occasion, all you who are still having, two minds about New Zealand, take a decision and move forward. You will be glad that you have chosen New Zealand as your country of choice to settle in. And all you people who have already selected New Zealand, congratulations. That's the best choice that you have taken. Great. Certain ground rules for the session. The session is open to everyone. It's on a public forum. However, AJV students start with saying that you are an AJV student and mention your advisor's details. If you have that, I'm sure you would remember that, and your query, so that it's easy for me to check back with my team. My team's on standby. They're on Skype and they keep giving me feedback as and when you ask your questions, so I can give you the correct updated information. Non-AJB clients who are still thinking about the process and not yet signed up with us, you will have to give us, the deal is you have to give us your number. It's as simple as that. You have to give us your contact information, because what happens at times, we're talking and suddenly the line gets disconnected or technology challenges, we log out, and then it becomes very difficult for us to connect back with you through Facebook if there is no details available there. So giving us a number assures that you will get the information that is required. Righto. So let's get moving. Quite a few. Just a heads up, I'm expecting it to be a very quiet session, purely because a lot of people will be on leave, and I can see there a good amount of viewers, but then I think there are just about 2 or 3 comments that have come in. But I'm expecting it to be a short session, so please don't wait. I think a lot of people just watch and they don't ask questions till the last minute. Please don't do that. Go ahead and ask your questions straight away, because you never know, we might just wrap it up quickly if there are not too many questions. Yeah. So as a blind rule, just go ahead and ask your questions straight away. Do not wait up. Yeah. Okay. So my wonderful team has joined. First question, first comment as always. Hi O'Neill, Happy New Year. Yeah, good to see you as well back. Yeah, good to say hello to you guys. Yeah, we had a good break, and this is my second session for the year, so you guys have missed my previous one then. Yeah, so O'Neill and his wife are regular viewers of this session. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you and your family is doing all right. Yeah. Okay, next comment. We've got Yash Nazir, who says, hi, AJV. Hi, AJV team. Hi, Yash. Thank you so much for your comment. Yes, go ahead and ask your questions. Yeah, whenever you're ready. Thank you. Next, we've got Amit. Amit, he says, hi, ma'am. How are you? What's the difference between Masters in Teaching level 9 and Graduate Diploma in Teaching level 7 from job, salary, which is the best, etc. point of view? Please explain. Amit, thank you for sharing your number. Now, as far as I am aware, Masters of Learning, Teaching and Learning and Graduate Diploma in Teaching and Learning are basically both the courses are approved by the Teachers Council, number one. Secondly, they create the pathway for you to get registered in New Zealand and teach. Basically that's the pathway available. Now, your eligibility to do both the programs will be based on a lot of factors. Sorry. There are a lot of people in India, especially, I've noticed that they do come with only a diploma in education, not so much a bachelor's or a master's. So in those instances, you might have to probably consider a graduate diploma and not a master's directly. So it is all about eligibility criteria over there. However, if you see the graduate diploma, there will be a definite difference in the fees. Masters will be a 2-year program, and I think graduate diploma will be a 1.5-year program. And the fees will be definitely different, because Masters of Teaching and Learning is only available at university, so the fees will be quite high. But when it comes to outcomes, it's all the same. I have not seen any difference, because please remember, teachers are paid by the Ministry of Education, so it's clearly at a band salary. So based on your experience, Based on how much of experience you have within New Zealand, your salary will be based. So it will be set. So it's like getting a government job back in India. There are pay grades. Just like that, you'll have pay grades here as well, based on your experience. So the Ministry of Education has very very clear salary structure, and most teachers start off at about $52,000 to $53,000 as a wage. So I don't see any problem in that as such in terms of outcomes. It's your eligibility and your affordability at the end of the day. Okay. I hope I've answered that question. So when my team reaches out to you, be very clear about what your outcome you're looking at and what kind of budget you have and what background you have, so that they will advise your program accordingly. Okay. All the best, Amit. Okay. Next comment we have is from Ryan Coelho, who says, Hi, myself, Ryan from Mumbai, 36 years, 12th pass, currently working in retail sales in UAE. How can I get a job opportunity in New Zealand? Thank you. Ryan, I would expect you to leave your number before answering that. However, it's a quite a common question, and I'd go ahead and answer that for you. Finding jobs in New Zealand straight away while you're overseas is close to impossible. Is purely because employers, when they are looking at profiles, they're looking at candidates, there's a lot of checks that they will have to do. And if you're based overseas, these checks will become close to impossible. So employers would prefer you to be here in the country in New Zealand in order to basically look at your profile, even consider your profile. Okay. So you will have to look at alternate pathways. I see that you are currently working in retail. You've only completed 12th. That means that you've got a lot of experience. You may be able to do something like a 2-year diploma in retail and things like that. So, what I would suggest is, Ryan, send us an email if you're interested to explore the student pathway. I'd suggest you to, or if you're married, I see your profile picture has a lady in there. So I'm assuming, or I'm thinking that you must be married. So in that scenario, what you could do is you could have your wife study and you could come on a work visa. And I've seen the outcomes to be really, really good for people who have come from UAE. They're getting into jobs within the first 6 months because your profiles somehow sync the employers when you're in the country with a valid job offer, valid work visa. Okay, so when your wife comes here on study, you get a work visa too, and you can come and work full time here. And if you've got kids, they get education, free education up to the years of basically school education is completely free, of course. So Ryan, send us in. All UAE inquiries are dealt with my team here in New Zealand. So I'd request you to send us an email to immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. I will have one of my team members connect with you. Most likely, it'll be Shireen from Malaysia. She's one of our licensed immigration advisors. So Shireen normally handles, because the time zone's so crazy. She's based in Malaysia, which is still good enough for her to cover time zones up till the US. So she handles all those inquiries. So I'll connect you to Shireen, and you can explore the opportunity and see if that's what you would like to consider. Okay. So just send me an email to immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com and I'll pick it up from there. Thank you, Ryan. Okay, next question we've got Omid Mohammed. Omid, you've written a big question, but I need you to come back and give me your number so that I can answer that for you. Thank you. Okay, I still see some people joining us. Okay, next one is Nirosh Amar Singhe. I'm aware that you're one of our students, so I'm just going to read that out. I'm a food and quality assurance executive by profession, having 3.4 years of experience, 3 to 4 years of experience in food industry, Saudi and Sri Lanka. I'm going to Lincoln for PG Diploma Applied Science, Food Science. If I work as a food technologist, my quality assurance experience will be calculated. Food technologies description is not different from food technologies. Is that the starting salary of okay, this is a pretty long question, so I'm just going to read that through. The rest of you can just read that question off. So okay, Nirosh, again, I think we did have a discussion about this before as well. You were asking me about points and stuff, and I told you that it's a little too early for us. I'd say again, the kind of salaries to expect is also a bit difficult. Okay, so if you look at the salary thresholds on Careers website, it clearly tells you that what are the salary ranges. Now, what you will be offered is completely based on what the employers think is suitable. I have seen people with many, many years of experience still starting off at lower salaries and I mean basic salaries. And I have seen people who are freshers and who have started at high salaries. It all boils down to skills, Nirosh. It's going to be very difficult for us to say that okay, you're going to start it at this salary and you're going to start at this salary. It completely depends on your employer, what skills you bring to the table, that confusion of job, food technologist and food, you said quality assurance. So it's all under the bracket of food technology. So it's a bit complicated what you're asking me, and it's going to be very difficult. And you're asking me a further question again, which is saying, like to know if there's a difference between partnership visa and a spouse visa. I don't know where did you even pick up. There is no word called spouse visa. It is a partnership based visa. So if you are married or in a civil union or living together with someone, then you can apply for a partnership based visa. Okay, so there's nothing called a spouse visa. Right. I hope I've answered that for you. Thank you. Rehan Vasi says, hello, ma'am. I'm an architecture student, fifth year. What opportunities do I have for doing masters in New Zealand? How about the job market after that? I'd like to migrate with my family. That is my mom, dad. Is it possible by any means? Rehan, you've not provided your number, but there's something that I'd like to tell you is I understand that you'd like to migrate with your family, but then since I think because you're an international student yourself, you won't be able to sponsor your parents won't be able to sponsor you as a dependent child or the other way around. So you will have to come to New Zealand, find yourself a job, and probably years later meet the requirements and then support your parents, but they won't be able to come in with you if that is the plan. But if you're looking at something in architecture, I'd say please come back and leave me your number, and then I'll be able to answer that for you. Thank you. Sumit Unni Kazam says, what's the current visa processing timelines? Sunit, I think you will have to come back and elaborate as to which visa you're talking about. And please give me your number. Thank you. Nirosh further asks, I got married 1 year, 2 months ago. Since my wife is working in Dubai, we lived together only 3-4 months since the marriage. How is it going to affect her visa? Will she be applying once I finish my studies? It's December. I'm expecting the visa interview to be my studentship. Okay. Nirosh, regarding your partnership visa, I think we will need to do a further assessment. Looks like the chances are quite weak because you have not lived for a substantial amount of time. However, we would partnership cases have to be dealt with on a one-on-one basis. We will have to look at the applications individually. So I'd like you to connect with us with your advisor, yeah, and then your advisor will be able to because your advisor cannot give you the immigration advice. Her team leader will be able to give, because she's a licensed immigration advisor, so she will connect you and then look at your query accordingly. Yeah, thanks. Okay, sorry guys, I just got distracted. Just give me a second. Okay, right. Moving on. Nirosh, have a chat with your advisor, okay? And then we will connect you with a licensed immigration advisor on the team based in India. And we will see. Another thing is we normally do these assessments before we file the visas, before we file the partnership-based visas or even the student visa for that matter. So I think you must discuss this straight away with your advisor, because if there is anything that needs to be done over these 12 months of you being here in New Zealand, it has to be done. Yeah. So for that, you will need to know what kind of documentation you need to continue to gather while you are living separately. So please have a word, and I think you're in touch with Ruben and Grace. So have a word with Ruben and Grace, and one of the licensed advisors will also assist you further. Thank you. Okay. Next is Vishnu R. Vijayan. Vishnu says, hi, AJV. I'm a graduate person working as HR executive in an IT company and also have 4 years experience in the relevant field. I am planning to migrate abroad. Thank you. Okay, sorry, my phone just rang. Just give me a second, guys. Just hold. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. So, Vishnu, I'll be happy to answer that. Can you please come back and leave your phone number so that I can answer that for you? Thank you. Sandeep. Okay, Sandeep has given me his number, but I can't see Sandeep's question. Let me just scroll below. Okay, Sandeep says, please explain, ma'am, what's my WhatsApp number. Okay, just a second. Sandeep, yes, Sandeep, my team has been trying to get in touch with you. If you can please connect with them, and we'll be able to. And you have not really elaborated your question, so I really don't know what you would like to know. So if you can just come back and answer the question. Rehan, thank you so much for your number. I see that you're looking at something in architecture. Yes, there is some amazing programs in architecture here in New Zealand. The big topics for New Zealand in terms of architecture is more about sustainability. It's more about eco-friendly. It's about sustainability. So these are the two things that they're looking at. So there are a lot of areas, something in the area of landscape architecture and things like that. Some amazing programs and specializations available, or you could also get into interior design. So there are some good courses available. What I would recommend is, once you're about to finish, I think you'll finish this July. Why don't you talk to my team when they connect with you, and they will see what does your interest and what is your, because also architecture is a very niche area. We need to really understand what your plans are for the future. So my team will connect with you and then share your information, and then we can advise you the programs available for you accordingly. Okay, so have a word with my team, Rehan. Thank you so much for your number. They will reach out to you after the live session. Thank you. Okay. Next question, Anjani Desai, who says, hi, hello, I'm Anjani Desai from India. I am married and I want to study laboratory technician program. That's very good. Is there any job opportunities after completing this program? Anjani, can you please come back and give me your number? That's one of the rules. I think you probably missed the start of the session, but you will need to come and give me your number. Come back and add a comment or edit your current comment, and then I can I'll come back and revisit your question. Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Nirosh has come back again. He says, about the funds for student visa, I showed about 10 lakhs to Sri Lankan account. Will come back, her accounts will be blocked, so will not be able to register. So what would you suggest the best? It's fair yet to face the way. Nirosh, you're asking me a lot of these questions that your advisor should have ideally answered. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I'm not comfortable, discussing a lot of personal matters of the case on a session like this, because you're talking to me about your funds straight away and things like that, which is not right. I would recommend you to talk to your advisor, Grace, okay, your visa officer, and your advisor, Ruben. I am sure my team should have answered these questions, or you have not asked them, or they've already addressed them and you have not registered those answers. So I think you must talk to Grace. Yeah. And Ruben tells me that Grace was already on a long call with you yesterday and you explained everything. So it's best you do not ask these questions on a public forum like this, and you give out too much of your personal information, financial information. We in New Zealand take privacy quite seriously, and this is not right. So just best don't discuss a lot of particular things. If you're asking me general questions, that's fine. Okay. Discuss these things with your advisor. I'm happy to answer any other generic questions about the country, about everything else. So because it is more about your funds, about your application, which is already in progress, please connect with your advisor. Thank you. Okay. Ankesh Anand. Hi, Ankesh. How are you? Long time you haven't called and said hello. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm an AJV client who came to New Zealand in 2018, completed my studies, and now landed a job in IT after finishing my studies. Congratulations. I would just like to say, come to this country with a positive attitude, and it all depends on you guys how you approach to the job market. There are plenty of jobs available, at the least I could say, in IT. Having knowledge of them is the most important thing, and also how to prepare your CV according to the job requirements. Best of luck to everyone. Just would like to say, come here with a positive attitude and don't listen to people who says there are less job opportunities, which is absolutely wrong. Thank you so much, Ankesh. And see, this is exactly what is a characteristic of a amazing characteristic of an AJV student. Okay, is because we have seen over the past 15 years of working, each one of our students come with this amazing positive attitude. And because of that attitude, all of them land into jobs and are able to progress to their goals within 2 to 3 years of coming in here. I have sadly seen people who have not come through AJV, who have come through other agencies, have been for 15, 16 years here in New Zealand, and there was somebody who was telling me they've applied for 25 visas since the time they have come here. The journey of an AJV student is much lesser, is because you also have this amazing support system that you guys you would wish to. And you can see how amazingly Ankesh has written. It's this is the kind of attitude you need to come with. And big Ankesh has landed into that job purely because he's come with that amazing attitude. Congratulations, Ankit. We love all our AJV students equal, um, and we are very, very proud of each one of them and each one of their achievements. We have seen people who have come from really, really bad English levels and have grown and have got some amazing job opportunities because they have put in that effort. So it's really important. And Ankesh, I'm really happy that you have put in this comment for the benefit of all the other future AJV students or non-AJV students. But please come through us. You will always have this family to support you, to guide you, and also mentors like Ankesh who are there here already will guide you through as well. So come with confidence and we are there to help you. Thank you so much, Ankesh, and I'll call and say hello to you soon, or you give me a call. There's a toll-free number, 0800 to give me a call. We'll say hello. Yeah, thank you. AJV. Okay, sorry. There's another. My team has just pasted another comment from Shabnam Sefi. Want to know about investment visa from India. Shabnam, I'll be honest, this is an area that I don't really, have any experience in. However, one of our senior licensed advisors deals with investor category and entrepreneur category. So the best thing for you to do is send us an email to immigrationadvice@ajvglobal.com or to info@ajvglobal.com, and we will connect you to the advisor who basically will help you with that information. Thank you. Okay, Ankit Wagela. Hi, Ankit. How are you? So Ankit says, hello, Mary. Ankit is one of our students studying here who just recently came in. So I have a potential opportunity in pipeline for position of data privacy consultant. That's very nice. The job role is a bit deviating from the core IT. The primary responsibility revolves around educating IT clients on outcomes of privacy laws and policies and training employees to become more agile to work while adhering to privacy guidelines and compliances. Will I treat it as a non-IT for residency? If so, I'd like to. Ankit, send me the job description and give me a call. We'll have a chat about it. Yeah, that's the best way to take this forward. Thank you. Mohit Sharma says, can a person with PhD in environmental sciences directly apply for PR with IELTS 7? Mohit, hi. You have not given us your number. However, I'll still answer that for you. You cannot apply for a direct resident visa to New Zealand unless and until you have a job offer letter from New Zealand, or you have studied a 2 years master's in New Zealand, additionally have 160 points. If you've got a PhD and you've got many years of experience, it's a possibility you'll get 160 points. However, you still do not meet one of the other two thresholds that is required, criteria that is required, which is to have a master's studied over 2 years, master's or PhD studied in New Zealand, or have an employment from a New Zealand employer. So, Mohit, that answers your question. So, if you would like us to assess further and advise, please send us an email to immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. Send your CV and of your spouse if you're married. Thank you. Yeah, if you've got a PhD from India, then obviously you won't qualify for direct migrant visa. Thank you. Jitin Prasad says, hello ma'am, I'm an AJV client. Name is Jitin. I have given my application for opening an FTS on 9th of Jan to ANZ. They've asked me to send the documents on Monday. I've done the same, so wanted to know how long. There is a bit of delay with ANZ, guys. I must warn you all, caution you all. There is a bit of delay. I have seen that they're taking nearly 10 days to come back. I'd say follow up after a week and send in a couple of emails. Otherwise, there is delays, and if there are further delays, please ask your case officer, to your visa officer, to contact immigration officer and discuss this and let them know that there is further delays. Thank you. Vishnu R. Vijayan, thanks for your number, Vishnu, and I'm not sure if I missed your question. Let me just quickly scroll up and see. Right. Okay. Yes, you have given me a question before. Right. So you would want to know. You have 4 years of experience and you want to migrate to New Zealand. Okay. With about 4 years of experience, direct migration again won't be possible because you won't meet the 160 points as well. So the best way to look at this is, Vishnu, is to look at the student pathway. Yeah. Consider the option where you could study, or if you're married, your partner can study, your wife can study, and you can come on a work visa. Yeah. So why don't you have a chat with my team when they connect with you, and we will give you a little bit more clarity on that. Okay. Yeah, Vishnu. I think that's the best way to consider this forward. Thank you. Ankit Vagela says, by the way, you guys are doing hard work, almost dinner time, waiting for my pizza to arrive from AJV client. Thank you, Ankit. Thank you so much. Nirosh says, I got the figures from NZ Institute of Food Science and Technology. Okay. Nirosh, sorry, I'll have to skip that. I completely lost track of what we were talking about, so I'm just going to move on with the next questions. A.M. Sanos, what about agriculture? Okay, what about agriculture? Can you elaborate your question, please? Besides that, we will need your number for me to answer that question for you. Thank you. Mohit, thanks for your number. My team will reach out to you and we will assist you further on that. Thank you. Raghu Prasad, how many days will it take to get a New Zealand student visa? Okay, Raghu, are you an AJV client? I'm not really sure. Let me quickly ask my team. Okay, it looks like my team is very quiet today. I'm either doing an extremely good job or they're all sleeping. So, Vishnu, thanks for your number again. My team will connect with you. Thanks. Raghu, can you please come back and update your phone number on your comment so that I can answer that? Thank you. Okay. Shabnam has come back. There's a further comment from Shabnam that she's an AJV client. She's 32 years old and master's in English, non-regular. I'm a police officer in India. So, Shabnam, are you looking at a student visa or are you looking at an investor category? So I'm not really sure what your question is. So if you can just elaborate that, that'll be great. Thank you. Okay. So let's see if there are any more questions come in. Okay, let's switch to, there are quite a few questions on YouTube. So okay. Very, very interesting. We have somebody called Jesus God who has commented on, I think it's the same person who has also commented there. Okay. It's very interesting to have your name, Jesus and God, in the same email. Sorry, in the same name. Very impressed. Okay. So I think you've already commented on Facebook as well, and I've answered that question for you. Hmm. Okay, I'm just going to skip that. Right. I'm so glad Jesus God asked me a question today. Right. Um, Raghu Raghu Prasad Veera says, how many days will it take? Okay, I think Raghu asked the same question there as well. Raghu, thanks for your number. I see that you have posted your number here. Right now, I'd say it can take as less as 4 days also. It really depends on a lot of things. It really depends on where you're applying for, what you're applying for, uh, a lot of things. So I have one of my students who recently commented saying that they've got a visa in 4 days, and I've got some who are getting in 15 days. There are some who are getting in 20 days. So right now, it can take anywhere between 4 days to about 4 months. Totally depends on your profile and what programs you're applying for. Yeah. Um, Anna Varghese says, what is the job market for social worker? Anna, can you please come back and give me your phone number so that I can answer that for you? Thank you. Okay, right. I'm just going to scroll down. I think we've got a few more questions. Right. The next one is Jagjit Singh Sahota says, hi, ma'am. Is it possible that I will search a job at there from Delhi? Okay. Jagjit, I just answered that question. Can you please, I think you've just come in. That's the reason you don't have that. So if you can scroll to the start of the session, I've already explained how difficult it is to find jobs while you're still overseas. So I'm sure you'll find that useful. Thank you. Sabina Lama says, I'm an HIV client. Wanted to check with you if media and marketing has good career prospects. Absolutely. Marketing has some really good jobs. Media, again, I don't know what you mean by media, but are you looking at digital media? I guess. So I think that there are a lot of opportunities in that area. Creative technologies are in the future growth areas for New Zealand. So the country is consciously promoting this industry, and marketing is I'd say like a backbone for every business over here in New Zealand, and hence there are a lot of good opportunities. And there's a small little tip is a lot of people say that there's a rumor in the market saying if you come for business job or courses you will need to find a job only at a managerial level, but if you come for a marketing program, even at an executive level, you qualify for a resident visa. You don't have to be a manager. So yes, if you're coming for marketing, I think you should come in with confidence, and there are really good opportunities here in New Zealand marketing area. Yeah, I hope I've answered that, Sabina, for you. Thank you. Singh Sujit says, hi, ma'am. I've done Masters of Education 2014, pass out. Afterwards, job as assistant professor in Education College and want to do PhD in education in New Zealand. Please guide if options, if any. Sujit, first of all, you've not given me your number. Besides that, PhD is quite a lengthy process. So if you can just send us an email to info@ajvglobal.com with your CV and your query. My team will connect to one of our senior advisors who has good knowledge about PhD and will explain that to you. Okay. So just send us an email to info@ajvglobal for a response. Thank you. Okay. Ankesh says, hi, Mary. I was a bit cut off from everything for a few months, but now will attend all the events which would happen in Auckland along with Aritra. Yes, I am a bit upset with both you and Aritra. You guys have been off the radar. So, Ankesh, please stay in touch and come down to Hamilton and meet us, first of all. Yeah? Okay, thanks. Jagjit Singh Sahota says, I have a lot of experience in logistics supply chain. Yes, Jagjit, in spite of that, it's going to be very difficult to find a job. Thank you. Sandy, I'm sorry, but I don't know if I missed your question somewhere up there. Let me just scroll up and see quickly. Sandeep, I really can't find your question. Team, can you please paste Sandeep's question again if you're able to find it? Thanks. Saibo Sam says, Hi, I want to know about family migration. I'm a nurse by profession, presently working in the UAE. Saibo, thanks for your number. There is good opportunities for nurses here in New Zealand. So what I would advise you to do is send us an email to immigrationadvisor@hjvglobal.com and I will be able to answer that question for you. Thank you. So we will basically assess and give you the options available. Thanks. Harshi Gamage says, I'm an Egypt client known to Ruben, who's my advisor. Need to know about the student visa lodgement. Is there any delays? How long will it take? Okay, I'm gonna quickly check Harshi with my. uh, okay. Harshi says, you. Okay, so Ruben tells me that you're gonna lodge your application this week or by Monday. Almost everything is in place. So as I told you, it can take 4 days or 8 weeks or longer. So you just need to put your application in and wait. I'd say that's what it is. If you're a university applicant, there's a possibility it will be done faster. So I mean, it's actually picking up right now. Immigration Museum is doing a really good job in processing applications, even for non university applications, pretty quickly. I know for a fact. So just push the application first, submit. That's what I would say. Yeah. Thanks. Yash Nazir says, Hi, ma'am. How about doing masters in job market in New Zealand? I'm be in graduate with 4 years of airline non-technical experience. Kindly suggest. Yes, sir. So if you're in the area of engineering, I would recommend for you to go back into engineering because engineers are in the long-term skill shortage list for New Zealand. So there will be some really good opportunities if you're able to come back in into an engineering role. If you do not have, if you're in a non-technical role, then yeah, you will be competing with other New Zealanders. Yeah, but if you come for an engineering role, then the competition's lesser because they don't have New Zealanders to fill that position, and that is the reason it's there in the long term skill shortage list. So Yash, I would recommend you to consider studying in New Zealand. Yes, there's some amazing programs, and probably it's a good idea for you to do an engineering degree because you can come back because you have a break for all these years. Doing a degree will help you come back into the engineering side. But if you're saying no, I'm not really interested in engineering and it's something that I just had to do, then that's fine. You could just pursue what you're interested in, but please be aware that there's going to be competition. Okay. So thanks for your number. One of my team members will connect with you. Thank you. Yash also says how much funds to the entire process and visa validity with approximate figure. Yash, we'll have to talk about all these things in detail before we advise that for you. Thanks. Okay, I'm just gonna take a quick water break while some of the others still decide. So my team is busy commenting, saying that this is an amazing backdrop. Thank you very much. I made a lot of efforts, and then I dropped this entire glass of water. They can see some specks of water here. This I don't know if some of my team members remember. So this was a small little gift that I got. They call me Tina. So when I was leaving, I got this cute little gift from them. So there was, I think, so there was a pen, and then there was this little clock, and also I think a card holder. I don't know where I lost it. So they had this beautifully my name embossed, and I got this package. Thank you for my beautiful team who did this. So yeah, so I don't really work out of this office any longer because I work from our Hamilton office. Earlier I used to work from home, but I now work from the office. So this is just a makeshift office. Whenever I don't really have, I don't feel like driving up to the office to do the live session. I do it from here. So just a bit tiny little thing. So I actually do this from my garage. So you really don't want to see what's around this. Okay, so let's see if there are any more questions coming in. and then we can. It's about time we wrap up. Team, if there's any other questions, um, I'll be happy to answer. So my team tells me that it's very pleasant to the eye. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Right, team, one last 5 minutes. If you all have any questions that you would like me to answer as a licensed advisor for the benefit of your students, any niggling questions that your team members have been, sorry, your clients have been asking you that you'd like me to answer, I could do that right away because I don't see any other comments coming in. Oh, there's one comment now while we just talk. We've got Dilshan Raja Paksha, who says, I'm a student from Singapore studying higher education, higher diploma in hospitality management. So I'd like to do my higher studies in New Zealand. Can you help me? More than happy. So Dilshan, we have a team member in Malaysia. So you can contact us directly. I will connect you to Shireen. Team, please ensure that Dilshan is connected to us here in New Zealand, my team, so that we can reach out to him because he's based in Singapore. It'll be easier for Shireen to get in touch. Dilshan, you'll get a call from one of my colleagues. Shireen, can you please make a note of Dilshan's number? I know you're watching this live session. Please make a note of Dilshan's number and send him a quick text now connecting with him. Shireen is also here on Facebook, so she will also connect with you on Facebook, Dilshan, and assist you. We'll be more than happy to help you with a course in hospitality. There's some amazing opportunities for students here in hospitality as well. So yeah, so Shireen will connect with you. Shireen has just confirmed that she's going to connect with you. Yeah, sounds good. Anything else? Right. Oh, right. Okay. Dilshan has also said, Shireen, that he'll be waiting for your call. Give him a call right away if you can. Yeah. Okay. Next question we've got is from Jazz Kumar. He started with his phone number. Thank you very much. Could you tell me about graduate diploma in community health care and support from NZSC? Yes. I would say it's an amazing program purely because the outcomes are already very evident. Now, what's happened is we've got a few of our students who are physiotherapists, who are nurses, who have come in for this program. Okay, they are working as community support workers, and they are really being paid well, and they have some really good prospects. Okay, Jazz, yes, there's good opportunities. Confidently come in. My team will connect with you and go ahead and start the process. It's a very, very good program, and we've already seen some brilliant outcomes come from it. Okay, right. Right. Last few more questions trickling in. We've got Habibur. Yeah, Habibur Rahman Habib. He says, hi, I'm from Bangladesh. I'm interested about it. My phone number. Thank you very much for your phone number. But what are you interested in, Rahman? If you can just elaborate that, it'll be great. Or when my team connects with you, you can discuss this at length. But if you'd like me to answer, please elaborate and tell me what exactly you're looking at. Thank you. 2 more minutes, guys, and we can call it a day. So if you can just put in your questions, last few questions. And if, so yeah, when a couple of quick things that I think I probably also missed informing is partnership visas. Still, there are delays. We have some of our applications from June that are still pending. However, there are a few coming through. So, there's always a silver lining to a cloud. There's always a light at the tunnel. Is at the end of the tunnel is that our applications have taken time, guys, especially partnerships. They have taken really a grave amount of time. But however, we are quietly confident that they all will come back with a positive response. In fact, there was one girl, one family, one couple last week. Early this week, the husband was approved a visa. The first time the visa was declined through another, I think they applied by themselves. They've been separated for nearly 3 years now. They've just been waiting, trying for visas. So basically, the first visa was declined, and then there was another 8 months of waiting. The day I got an approval in principle from the visa officer, I just called her and she couldn't talk. She was just choking and she was just crying over the phone. And we know with what intensity and how much of pain you all are waiting. And there are a lot of people. We cannot understand it because we are not going through it ourselves. But we empathize with your situation. We know it could be very, very, very tough. We are not taking away from the fact that you guys are struggling, but we request you to wait a little more patient, a bit more longer. We know that the visas will eventually come through. And if you look at your future, if you look at, say, whatever 60, 70 years you live here, this 7 or 8 months of waiting will just disappear. It will not be there when you look at in the bigger scheme of things. Yes, temporarily you might have a lot of disturbance in the family. You'll not be happy that you all are away. A lot of times husbands have resigned jobs and are waiting for the visas to happen. We understand, guys. We totally it's very difficult for us to understand what depths you all are struggling, but we are seeing and we are talking to people. We are, if we could push, we will push, but we are trying to be patient because one, if you rub people off the wrong way, the outcomes could be go other way. It could go other way. We are quietly confident that all our visas will come through, and we have not lost any visas so far. When there's so many applications that were declined by Immigration New Zealand under the partnership categories, we have not lost any. So we kindly request you to stay more patient. Yeah. Otherwise, everything is as usual. Immigration has picked up the student visa processing timelines. The outcomes also have been good. We have not had really a lot of tragic, delays. Colleges, yeah. So this everything is happening as usual. The only biggest change is the salary threshold change. If you're based in New Zealand and you have a $52,000 salary only, that means you will have to put in your EOI before within this month and get your invitation to apply before the 24th of February to be eligible in that same threshold. After that date, you will have to get 5340 for per 53,040 per annum. That is $25.50 per hour in order to qualify for a resident visa under the skilled migrant category. So that's the latest update. Otherwise, everything business is as usual. Quickly before we go, I think Sabina has just come back and says, Mary, one more question. I've received the IP, so I have to submit my passport for visa label. Sabina, if you've already submitted your passport, initially you don't have to because it's going to be an e-visa. Yeah. Surprising you're asking me this question. Please talk to your advisor or your visa officer. I'm sure they'll be able to sort that out for you. Thank you very much, guys. Good night and kakiteano, which means see you next time. See you later in Maori. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you for your amazing questions. I see at one point in time I saw there were about nearly 70 viewers. Thank you so much, guys, for taking the time off from your break, your holiday, and coming in and watching the session. And please like, share, and subscribe if you like this session. Please tell your family and friends as well. Thank you very much. Good night. Po Marie.